But you see, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm gonna say this. It's gonna come out of my mouth. You ready? It looks like the Matrix is attacking me. In the last 7 days, I've gotten hundreds of death threats. And my team told me about it, because guys, I don't check my messages. Only if you're somebody who loves me, I'll come in, I'll send you a voice message, but I don't check my messages anymore. So guys, bring me a real name. Bring me Andrew Tate, bring me Conor McGregor, bring me Mayweather, bring me Jake Paul. Or I guess I'm gonna fight Ollie.
So from Detroit and LA, now you guys are sitting down with us.
Well guys, it looks like we are back once again with seemingly the biggest Diddy enthusiast of the alpha male universe, and the man who just loves to bang his skull into the wall on a daily basis.
And if you train your skull for about an hour a day, bang it against the wall.
Good old King Azoulay, or as many of you have come to know him as, good old King Assholey. And you see, this fake wannabe tough guy had just basically been on a rampage for the past couple of weeks, and became known for having some of the dumbest takes that anyone has ever seen. And the last time that we did cover him, he ended up actually gaining a new title for himself when he got exposed by John Bravo Films for some extremely disturbing behavior in his past that ended up making some really strong claims, and it appeared that John had the documentation to go ahead and back it up.
He was 18 years old. He went to a party with his brother and a bunch of his other friends. They see a girl there, 15 years old, a cheerleader, beautiful girl from high school. The party, they're all there having a good time. Him and his brother and the other friend and a few other people tell the girl, hey, come back to the party at my parents' house. We'll stop by the liquor store. We'll get some liquor. We have fake IDs. We'll have fun. We'll party. So the girl listens. She goes. She's naive. And I don't think she ever expected to happen what happened. Ben, King Asshole, his brother, Dylan, and another kid, they're all Israeli, so I guess they're very close. They all took turns taking advantage of her.
And after this news dropped, the supposed king here basically just tried to ignore it at first. And I guess he was dumb enough to assume that something as serious as this and as bad as this would just end up going away if he just went about his normal business. So naturally, he just continued to post his usual bullshit to where he just pretends that he's speaking straight wisdom, but in reality, it's just some random crap that makes absolutely no sense. Like this one right here.
Let me mess with everybody's mind for a sec. Hey bro, how long do you think the body could go without food?
30 days.
And how long could it go without water?
7 days.
Now let me ask you a question. If God created the body not to eat for a whole 30 days if needed, and everybody's hungry every 2 to 3 hours, is that hunger or addiction?
Absolutely addiction.
That's exactly it. So for the people out there that are overweight, guess what? You're addicted too.
But it seems as if the heat just ended up being too much for this complete clown to take, because after a day or two, he ended up making a little statement on his Instagram where he tried to claim that a response would be coming soon addressing the supposed BS on social media. And instead of elaborating and saying why it was BS, and instead of just outright denying such disturbing things, the man, if you can even call him that, ended up having the audacity to thank everyone for the engagement and thank everyone for making him famous. Which I just really have to say is definitely not the correct response for something like this. And it is definitely not the normal response for someone who has been accused of doing something falsely to go ahead and say. So I don't know what type of argument he was trying to cook up with this or trying to lead up into, but it was definitely not it. And after making this post, he then waited for a couple of days before his dumbass decided that he was going to make a couple of posts on his live on Instagram, which just seems to be the place that every one of these alpha males go before they either just end up completely embarrassing themselves or just make a situation that they got caught up in 10 times worse than it already was. And he just decided to do both of these things at the exact damn same time.
Now it looks like I pissed off a lot of people, guys. A lot of people. So many because I became so influential so quick. And I'm literally one of the most talked about influencers in the world today, that I got to the point that they're putting out a lot of false information about me. A lot of bullshit. But you see, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm going to say this. It's going to come out of my mouth. You ready? It looks like the Matrix is attacking me. That's what it looks like. It looks like they don't want me around because I'm helping men become stronger, better. I'm putting more men on the front line, teaching them to become men, to take care of women, to be there for their friends, to be there for their mother, their father, to retire their parents, to do only good for the world and stop doing bad, stop being weak. It's upsetting them, but it's okay. Don't worry, we're still gonna be here. Cheers.
So as you can tell, King Dipshit here decided that instead of addressing the situation, he was just gonna go ahead and take a page out of his idol's book, Andrew Tate, and just blame the damn Matrix for trying to attack him apparently. Which apparently just seems to be the go-to when you get exposed for doing some abysmally fucked up shit now. And his argument is just essentially, nuh-uh, I didn't do it. So this goober right here basically somehow turned this situation around and tried to make himself look like the victim. And then somehow just had the audacity to go ahead and claim that he's only trying to help young men, and he's trying to teach them to be better husbands and take care of their wife right, and basically just be beneficial to society. Which I don't know where the hell he got this from, because half of his advice is made up stories about him and the Shaolin monks.
But the greatest thing about the Shaolin monks is that you'll never see them fight.
That, or he'll just sit there and glaze himself so damn hard that he just sucks the skin off of his own dick. So I don't know who he thinks he's helping by just constantly lying and making up bullshit about his own life to sound cool. And I damn sure don't know how he thinks he's helping people by selling these grifting ass courses. And what's crazy is, he is still nowhere near done, because he then proceeds to really play the victim and uploads another video complaining about death threats.
Now I gotta tell you, in the last 7 days, I've gotten hundreds of death threats. And my team told me about it, because guys, I don't check my messages. Only if you're somebody who loves me, I'll come in, I'll send you a voice message, but I don't check my messages anymore. So, a bunch of death threats. Now on top of that, everybody wants to fight me because of all these false accusations on social media. They're like, oh, my dad could kick your ass. Oh, my friend's a fighter, he could kick your ass. Oh, my teacher said he could kick your ass. I'm like, listen, I'm not fighting anybody unless you're a name. I created this fame. I'm not going to give you fame just because you want to fight me. It doesn't make any sense for me. So guys, bring me a real name. Bring me Andrew Tate. Bring me Conor McGregor. Bring me Mayweather. Bring me Jake Paul. Or I guess I'm going to fight Ali. But Ali's personal, to be honest with you guys. He is an influencer. You know, he's good size, but it's also personal. This Muslim really doesn't like me.
And yeah, you shouldn't be sending him death threats, because it's not even worth getting yourself in trouble for. But I want you to keep in mind that he's sitting here complaining about this instead of addressing any of the situation that is saying that he just committed some of the worst crimes that he could possibly commit. And instead of addressing it, this is what he's doing. He's sitting here trying to call out people to fight and trying to sponsor his fight with Ali. And this stupid Ali beef either seems to just be a distraction or seems to be something that he is just prioritizing over all of the other crap in order to try to get more attention and money. Because this has to be the fakest boxing setup that I have ever seen. And man, have I seen quite a few lately. Because he has also just been making a ton of posts on his Instagram this week showing that he was invited to a podcast with the other fake alpha male Ali. And I guess that this grifting is just more important to him than his entire public image.
Our friend from the East Coast, Mr. Ali Soba's in town.
Said he's coming to kick my ass. What's it gonna be?
Well, hopefully not kick your ass. We're going to try to keep it civil and everything. Wanted to see if you're down to come by the studio so we can, you guys can have a sit down and a conversation on the Wise Nuts podcast.
Okay, so that's what he meant when he was like, I'm coming to LA. Okay, so it's a podcast.
We'll have you guys sit down, you know, just have a discussion, civil discussion. Just don't get out of hand, man. We got to keep it.
No.
Got to keep it civil.
Let's give him some clout. Let's give him some clout. We'll give him some fame right now.
We've had a sit down with you and we've sat down with him too. So I think the next best thing to do is to have you guys together and hash things out and see, you know, where it goes.
When do you guys want to do it?
Next week.
Let's get it done quick. If he's already here, I'm available tomorrow.
We'll set it up. I'll text you the time and everything. We'll sit down and let's see what happens.
And this shit is just a fucking joke at this point, because along with this, he also posted a little trailer to the podcast, trying to hype it up as much as possible. And during it, they of course pretend to get into a little fight, after they try to make it seem as intense as possible. But in reality, it's just two old roid heads going at it for absolutely no reason. And what's really crazy is, he has posted twice as much about this stupid podcast than he did about all of this other crap that he's getting exposed for.
Seriously? What are you talking about?
Ali.
There's a guy who's talking shit about you. I said, okay, many people talk shit about me. It's normal.
You intimidate guys. There's no intimidation. When I walk in a room, I make people love me and respect me. I want to show you how it feels like when I'm in a room with you. I don't make them scared of me.
You are the last man that I fear. In the Quran, it says this. If you are not Muslim, you need to die. When you look at genocide, it was Muslims.
A lot of people come in disguises, many disguises. They're not gonna come knowing that they're gonna hurt you or because you're gonna see it. They're gonna come as weak or whatever way so they can come in on you.
You, because I know what kind of a man I am. You have women there who send their sons, 4 years old, with a on their back and a backpack towards the soldiers and says, go my son, go say hi to the soldiers. Unfortunately,
Mankind.
Muhammad,
Okay.
Muhammad,
Prophet Muhammad,
he flew, the Prophet Muhammad.
You have to
I respect,
for me,
I respect.
So from Detroit and LA, now you guys are sitting down with us.
And then, when he isn't giving just a half-assed response, where he plays the victim and tries to complain about death threats, and tries to blame the supposed Matrix, when in reality, the Matrix is just accountability, and when he isn't hyping up a fake-looking beef between two people who have just turned themselves into swole cows online, he has also been getting really motivational on us, and has been telling us why he is even still going and why he is doing all of this to begin with. And this could have actually been some really good shit, and it could have been somewhat motivational if, you know, he wasn't lying 24/7 and living a completely false life on the camera, and if he was living just somewhat authentic and honorable. But man, it just does not hit when you know that this guy only a couple of weeks ago tried to claim that he was in the script of fucking Kung Fu Panda and stated that Master Shifu was teaching him Kung Fu.
Someone just asked me, how the f do I keep going? What is it that I have in me that makes me never stop? And I gotta tell you, I feel like God's warrior. I feel like God sent me here so I could do greatness, so I could change the world, so I could do God's work. That's what I feel. Inside of me, I would be ashamed if I got up there and he looks at me and he goes, there was so much more to you, but you gave up. You gave up. You know, guys, I have sometimes some fucking hard-ass days. Really tough days. But I don't stop. Sometimes when you're at your darkest places and you feel like the world has closed on you and you've been buried, don't forget, you've actually been planted. Let's go.
Man, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Nobody asked you how to bitch ass thing.
So as you can tell, this guy is just making it worse by the minute, and isn't about to be really addressing anything anytime soon, but would rather just claim it's the Matrix, claim it's false, and then try to make you feel sorry for him, without even explaining why it's false, or even addressing it whatsoever, or mentioning anything that John Bravo actually brought forward. And at this point, it's just pathetic, and he is just trying to grab whatever money and attention he can out of it. But with that said, that's enough of one goober for one day. So if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and the like, and I'm out. Watching King Azoulay continue to look like a dickhead, in peace.
After many years of training, and I trained all types of martial arts, I was training my fists, my elbows, my knees, and my shins to become indestructible. After that, I went and traveled to China and trained with some Shaolin monks, and they explained to me that the strongest part of the body is actually your skull. And if you train your skull for about an hour a day, bang it against the wall, after a year it becomes 4 times thicker than it really is. Which means that you become unstoppable, indestructible. You could punch them, you could kick kick them in the head. All they have to do is turn the head to wherever you're hitting and they will break any bone in your body. But the greatest thing about the Shaolin monks is that you'll never see them fight. So the stronger that I got and the more indestructible that I got, I found myself never fighting again. And that was probably the greatest thing I had to conquer in my life.